This endgame is mind blowing. The pawn is just about to become the queen, but how can white stop it? White rook cannot be played to b7 or c1 to stop the pawn. But the white have an extra chance that he can promote this h4 pawn to the queen. That is the only advantage for the white. So if white sacrifices one of its piece for this b2 pawn, we can still have a white pawn to promote to the queen. That's the logic. And how to execute that? So knight b6 check, the king is having only one move, that is king to b8, and once the king played there, now we need to play an interesting move with the rook, that is rook to c3. Once the rook is played to c3, we are giving the opponent chance that he can make the pawn to the queen, but we can play knight d7 check and the king is left with only three escaping squares. Once he do that, if the king escape to any one of the escaping square, then rook to b3 check, it is a fork, so queen captures the rook which is forced. Then we will play knight to c5, again one more fork for king and the queen. If the king moves, knight captures the queen and we promote this pawn and simply make the queen and win the game. What if instead of playing king b7 he played king to a7? Then we need to just give an rook a3 extra check, king moves to b7 and rook to b3 fork again. The same repeats, queen captures, knight fork, then the king moves knight into queen. Then we still promote the pawn and execute to the queen.